In this video, we will discuss the price of green energy, an article written by staff of German news magazine Spiegel and investigate its relation to the German word Umwelt. In recent years, Germany has taken a large step forward as a country in support of green energy. The environment is of particular importance to Germany. For example, in the recent 2019 parliament election in Germany, the Green Party obtained an impressive 20.5% of all votes. Now, with this in mind, it is important to begin our discussion with understanding the word Umwelt. Literally, it translates to environment. But the deeper connotations of the word imply more about the world as it is uniquely perceived by a specific organism. Umwelt is not simply one's environment, but crucially dependent on how one perceives the environment. Germany is particularly conscious about its environment, which can be seen even through the meticulous care of how Germans handle trash and recycling. One can say that Umwelt is at the core of the German archetype. Now, the article has a resounding thesis. Certainly, the German conscience about the Umwelt believes in doing whatever is best for their environment. But is it possible that Germany is killing the environment, or its beloved Umwelt, in its attempt to save it? This is a climate policy disaster, where policy designed to help the environment ends up negatively impacting the climate. And at the heart of the desire to transition to renewable energies is the German word Energiewende. The Energiewende is the plan to phase out nuclear energy and increase reliance on renewable sources. A natural assumption would be that ecology and the Energiewende would be allies, but in reality, the two goals have come into extreme conflict. Prompted by the Fukushima nuclear power plant catastrophe in Japan, Chancellor Angela Merkel's government launched its energy transition policy in June 2011, just 2 years before the article was written. But at what price must be paid for this Energiewende? The article emphasizes clear-cutting as an example of the consequences of hastily transitioning to renewable energy. In the past, wood has been an excellent source of eco-friendly and climate-neutral energy. But the clear-cutting of forests will release more than 1,000 metric tons of CO2 into the atmosphere. In present day, with over half of lumber in Germany going to biomass power plants, profitability of wood has increased, creating a downright brutalization of the forestry business, according to Martin Kaiser, a forest expert with Greenpeace. So renewable energies are certainly a great step forward, but at what cost do they come? Merkel's energy policies have divided the supporters of the environmental movement. And the effects of the energy transition on the Umwelt are undeniably unsettling. For example, grasslands and fields have been transformed into oceans of energy-producing corn, and entire tracts of land have been converted to enormous solar power plants, wind farms, and highways of power lines. Thus, are the German supporters of the Energiewende blinded by their own agenda? The public discourse around this matter have predominantly been dominated by its supporters. And with that being said, there has been an increasing amount of discomfort with Germany's energy trajectory. Now, this puts the Green Party in an awkward position as they realize the utopian idea of, quote, good power comes at an enormous cost. Due to these controversies, supporters of the Energiewende have faced serious criticism. For example, increased production of biogas has intensified corn monoculture, harming numerous plant and animal species. Wind turbines have been seen to kill birds and bats. And the construction of massive underground power lines has created fears of dangerous magnetic fields. And to quote one ministry official, nature protection just isn't an issue that the minister has taken up. Ultimately, the article seems to serve as an urgent admonition or warning by Spiegel. Spiegel is a German weekly news article published in Hamburg, and with 840,000 copies in its weekly circulation, it is the largest publication of its kind in all of Germany. The article is written in 2013, 2 years after Chancellor Angela Merkel's government launched its energy transition policy. And ultimately, the article seems like a warning to the German public about the costs of hastily transitioning to renewable energies without considering the downsides. So to recap, the Umwelt does not mean the same thing for everyone. The Umwelt of an ant is the world as perceived by an ant, which can differ significantly from the Umwelt of a human. And even among humans, the perception of our environment can differ vastly. Thus, while one German might believe a certain change in policy benefits the Umwelt, another might notice the detrimental effects. The original proponents of the Energiewende likely saw the increase in reliance on renewable energies as an improvement to the Germans' collective Umwelt, whereas the consequences began to inflict noticeable harm on the environment. So the article as a whole serves as a warning to the German readers that they must be more conscientious and aware about their transition proposed by the Energiewende, and carefully think about the influence on their home, or risk destroying the Umwelt they hold so dearly.